Hi, I'm Jill, and I'm here in Cairns. Now, Cairns is well known for the Great Barrier Reef, for the tropical rainforest and beautiful beaches, but it also has a lot of art to discover. So in this video, I'd like to show you some of the art to be found in and around Cairns. So join me as I look at art in Cairns. I'm here at the Cairns Esplanade at the lagoon by the woven fish. Now these are a sculpture by a local Torres Strait Islander artist, Brian Robinson, and they represent a tradition in the Torres Strait Islands of weaving these fish with palm fronds. So this is a representation of that tradition, and these are probably one of the most iconic views of Cairns is the woven fish in the lagoon. And Cairns Lagoon is a beautiful saltwater swimming pool, open every day, so you can swim because you can't really swim in the sea here. When the tide's in, it looks a little bit prettier than this. You get some beautiful bird life here on the mudflats. But for swimming, I would stick to the lagoon under the woven fish. There you go. The woven fish in the lagoon in Cairns. Beautiful, well-known sculpture in Cairns and very representative of Cairns as a picture. I'm here at the Citizens Gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. So this is a sculpture again by Brian Robinson, the local Indigenous artist from Torres Strait Islands, and this is representative of the diversity of the Great Barrier Reef. So it's a helix which shows the different bird and marine life on the Great Barrier Reef, and it's led by a life-size replica of a stingray. Look at that. Beautiful. All the beautiful patterns. Look at this. There it is. Oops. Beautiful view of Citizens Gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, so the Citizens Gateway to the Great Barrier Reef was designed by Indigenous artist Brian Robinson to symbolize the diversity, resilience, and circular continuum of life on the Great Barrier Reef. The mirror finish allows people to recognize their symbolic reflection and reinforces the ethos of removing only memories of this World Heritage destination. So I've lived in Cairns for over 18 years now, and I have never been down this Laneway, I've never seen this laneway art. So you find this a lot in Melbourne. Melbourne has laneway art, but little did I know, we also have some here in Cairns. Kind of graffiti art all up this laneway. Beautiful, let me show you. Okay, I'm here on Lake Street now, where the art you can see on the walls here is part of the Sea Walls art program, which started in 2014 and has put over 300 murals on walls all around the world in 12 different countries. So these came up a few years ago. I used to work just across the road there, and I remember walking past and watching them develop, watching them be painted. So let me show you what they are and explain a little about them. Okay, this is a portrait of Henrietta Buchal-Mary. I hope I pronounced that right. She's an activist for Indigenous rights and an associate professor, and this was painted by the artist Claire Foxton. This one is a Malabar groper fish surrounded by young golden trevally fish, and it's by the artist Amok Island. So these works of art are meant to depict and communicate to the public relevant marine environmental issues. So there's a few of these around Cairns and also around the world. Okay, these metal sea turtles are a sculpture by the artist Dennis Nona, and they represent the seasonal mating of the turtles. Beautiful patterned turtles here down by the wharf. Let me show you these. Okay, so these are the Migration North entrance poles at the north end of the Cairns Esplanade. Another sculpture by Brian Robinson, who also did the woven fish and the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef down by the lagoon. So these are metal poles at the entrance to the north end of the Esplanade. This orange steel structure behind me here is called Windblown Leaves, which is wind's blowing my hair today, so that's quite a good name for it today. Windblown Leaves by Roland Nancaro. Hope I said that right. So this depicts windblown leaves. Okay, let me show you this one. Okay, this metal sculpture behind me is called Horizon Line, and it's by an artist called Kevin Mayo. It's a sculpture in the shape of a boat with a human figure cut out, and you see all the different colors and different angles where the sun is. So there's one here and another one along there, which has become a little bit overgrown with trees, so it doesn't have quite the same effect. But let me show you Horizon Line. So this is a sculpture called Telescopus by a local artist called Dominic Johns. It represents a mangrove mudwhelk, which is a kind of snail that you find on the mudflats here in Cairns and all around the mangroves. It's made from Chillagoe marble. Chillagoe is up in the tablelands, and some iridescent tiles on the other side. So very different view this side, with the shiny tiles in blue and white looking at the inside of the shell, to the other side. So let me show you all the way around Telescopus. Telescopus, 2008, artist Dominic Johns, materials iridescent and phosphorescent glass mosaic tiles and Chillagoe marble. The mangrove mudwhelk, Telescopium telescopium, has in the past been an important source of food for the local indigenous people and a source of visual stimulus for tourists and locals alike that wander the tidal edges. The use of the Chillagoe marble tiles in the geological link of the old coral reefs outback of Cairns that provide us with a historical record of these creatures. I'm here on the very busy and noisy Sheridan Street, close to the centre of Cairns, at the entrance to Munro Martin Park, next to this sculpture called Embrace. So it's a big steel sculpture by local artist, let me see, Brahan Stevens. So it expresses the diverse nature, flora and fauna of Cairns. So let me show you Embrace. Okay, I'm here in Munro Martin Park with the Jelly Babies. So these are sculptures that used to be outside Cairns Contemporary Arts Centre, but they moved after about 10 years after an upgrade there meant there was no space for them. So now they're in Munro Martin Park, and they represent the diversity and inclusiveness of our culture that we have here in Cairns. So let me show you our Jelly Babies and tell you a little more about them. Gilbert, Oliver, Penelope, Roxanne and Yasmin. Conceptually, these sculptures aim to communicate and celebrate the cultural diversity of our community, embracing all but favouring none. Each Jelly Baby is equal in its form but individual in its colour. This celebration is communicated through a medium that is recognised and enjoyed regardless of culture or age: lollies. Sophie Cadman, 2004. This artwork is a much-loved and highly valued fixture in the city landscape and was relocated from its original site at 96 Abbott Street, Cairns to Munro Martin Parklands in 2020. The 5 iconic Jelly Babies stood proudly at the entrance to the Centre of Contemporary Arts Centre for 15 years prior to its revitalisation and transformation into Bomba Jar Arts Centre. I hope you enjoyed this video and learnt a little about the art to be found in Cairns. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed exploring art in Cairns and learning a little more about it. So I'm making lots of different videos about places to visit and things to see in Cairns. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos that I make. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time.